What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Life with Estes. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my process of squaring up some poplar logs. Wanted to talk about my process of sawing. So in my last video, I did a time lapse of sawing up a log, but I didn't stop and talk about why I was rolling the log and turning the log. So for those of you who might be wondering, I thought I'd explain that in this video. So I got a poplar log here on the sawmill today. It's a softwood, so it'll be a lot easier to cut up than the oak I've been cutting. It does have this, poplar has a good, really pretty like green and purple hues in it. So it'll make some pretty lumber. So I already made the first couple cuts. I've made 2 cuts so far. And so now I'm going to roll it for the first time. And the reason being is we're trying to square up the log. So right now I have a nice flat, level cut on the top of the log, which is where the blade comes through and cuts it, right? So rolling it, I turn it over basically 90 degrees, and I'll show you why here in a second. There's stops that it's sitting against on this side over here. So these 3 metal stops on the back side of the sawmill is what holds the log on here. But when you rotate it 90 degrees and I put this flat surface against these back stops, that allows me to get a 90-degree cut then on the next on the top side. So it'll be a 90-degree 2 cuts 90 degrees, because this flat surface right here on these back stops are square to the blade down there. So as you can see, I just turned it. Now that flat edge is just sitting against that squared up back stops there. So when I cut that next cut on the top, it'll be 90 degree right here on the log. All right, so after I made that cut, now we have a 90 degree edge on the board, which allows you to drop these larger backstops, and you can use just these smaller ones here so you can cut lower on the log. So now I'll cut another flat cut here, and then I'll cut it down to 6 inches. And once I cut it down to 6 inches, I'll flip it one more time and then just start sawing it into 1x6s. All right, so after turning it and cutting down through it to end up with a squared beam, I ended up with an 11-inch by 6-inch beam. So once I cut this up with the sawmill, I'll end up with 11 1x6 from the I guess the beam out of the center of that poplar log.